I used to be a depressed, lonely loser until I started to vlog. I don't know how else to describe it. I was a big loser. From my late teenage years into my adulthood, in my literally into my late 20s, I was struggling with life. It was not easy. I didn't understand how things worked. I didn't understand how to fit in. I didn't understand how anything, I literally just didn't understand how to navigate through life. And this all came from the fact that my childhood did not have the necessary development. I had literally no guidance in terms of how I would learn to navigate through life, or navigate through the world. And I had to reparent myself all of my basically early adult life. And that's what I had to do. And when things turned around, it was when I started to vlog, when I started to take my camera, because I always had the love of documenting. I loved to photograph. I loved to write. Okay, I was always writing. I was always taking pictures. Since when I was 17, 18, I started doing that, and I just haven't stopped. I'm still doing that. I'm still writing, and I'm still vlogging, always documenting life, because it helped me to understand myself. And that's the first bricks I laid down on this path that got me to where I am today. The path that I've paved through documenting my life, through reflecting, through my writings, through my photographs, through whatever it is that I made. I'm always using that as a process to get to where I want to go, and to learn about myself deeper, and to explore the world using this medium. Now, I believe that this tool is basically available. It's for everybody. Writing, everybody. Photographs, anyone. Now with their phones, you can also vlog, okay? I started to point the camera towards myself, and I just would vlog my life. And why was I drawn to that? It was because I wanted to express myself, and I wanted to be able to talk to a camera and really be authentic, because that has always been the thing that I was drawn to, because I had such struggle to be authentic and to express myself, because I had always stifled myself. I had always suppressed my emotions so that I would not cause trouble. Just be invisible. Don't have a personality, don't have any character, just be invisible, because that was my way of surviving my childhood. Coming into adulthood, and now I'm using this as a vehicle to explore myself and to really try to break out of my shell. Okay, stop walking on eggshells and really get myself out, get my spirit to speak, hear my own voice. And this is when I started vlogging, and how this has impacted me profoundly in my life. Starting in 2013, I started to vlog, and one of the first ideas I had was to document my journey in Japan when I took my ex-girlfriend, my girlfriend at the time, with me to Japan to live there for a year. It was a random idea we had when we went to the airport just to watch people. We went people watching at the airport in one random night, and while we were watching people coming out of the arrival gate, I had the idea, why don't we go to Japan and live there for a year? And she said yes. So we did that, okay? And I thought it would be a cool idea to vlog the entire process, the journey and adventure of living there. Now, I still didn't have the confidence at the time, and I only made 4 episodes. But imagine back in 2013, YouTube was starting to come up. It's starting to have its own place, right? It's starting to become more influential. And literally now today, vlogging, travel vlogs in Japan, talking about life in Japan is literally a genre on its own. I feel like it's like a travel vlog / Japan life. That is a whole genre, I feel like, that exists today. But I was literally on the verge of starting to do that back in 2013. Now, a lot of people liked it. A lot of people actually liked what I was doing. Okay, within my circle, people that saw it liked it, but I just didn't have the confidence and the belief that I could continue doing it. nor did I feel like I was doing anything good. I didn't think I was doing anything that was worthy of anything. So my confidence was still low. I was still struggling to be authentic on camera and to find a story. Like, I didn't believe that my story was interesting at all. I didn't believe that I had anything to say. Although I stopped publishing videos, I continued to vlog. I continued to document myself, and that had continued over the course of that year in Japan. And when I came back to Montreal, I continued to do that. And I had the initial idea of doing podcasts back in 2015, which I never did. Again, another idea that if I had continued, imagine where it could be, okay? A decade later, when podcast is exploded into this whole internet mediascape, and podcast has become such a major player. And I was literally making my first episodes in 2015, and then I just stopped. Why? Because my confidence, I didn't feel confident enough. I didn't feel like I was good enough. Very common theme, the imposter in me. The imposter in me always saying to me that I'm not good enough. I can't say that. No one gives a fuck. Who cares? You suck, okay? This lack of self-esteem, lack of self-worth, and lack of confidence just plaguing me over the years. And I would still continue. I created a new challenge. I'm gonna vlog. I'm gonna continue vlogging for 100 days straight. Each day publishing a vlog. So I did that. I pointed the camera at myself and I practiced speaking to the camera on a daily basis, trying to let go, trying to be more authentic, trying to really say what I feel like, say what I think without any judgment, and pressing that publish button at the end of the day. And that felt so incredible, to push that publish button and just let it ship. Don't think, let go. Whatever comes out, it comes out, and it's gonna go out there into the world. I didn't give a fuck if anybody saw it. I didn't give a fuck what people thought. It was important that I simply got it out. 100 days straight, and I did that. And that was a big deal for me. That was a big deal for me, learning how to do that, to let go and to speak up. And I did that. I was very proud of myself at the time. And I also learned how to speak in public. Another challenge at the time that I started was that I would speak in public. I took the camera out of the house, planted in a public space where people are walking around, people are watching me do this, and with disregarding any type of judgment, disregarding any type of attention that I was getting from anyone around my surroundings, I would simply lock into the camera and I would say what I had to say. And that was the first time that I did that, and I was also very, very proud of myself. That was a big deal for me. And then I continued to challenge myself, and I started to take that public vlogging to a whole nother level. What I started to do was I challenged myself every single day to take my camera on like a Casey Neistat style, basically like a tripod on a camera, okay? Or camera on a tripod, like a gorilla pod or whatever. And I would go from a certain place in downtown to another place downtown. And I would freestyle a whole rant. No thoughts, no topic, just press record and start talking as I walk downtown from one metro station to another, like usually around 4, 5, 6 blocks. I would just do that on a busy street, on a main street downtown, and I would do that. And that got me to practice keeping my focus, letting all the distractions out of my mind, keeping it out, and me staying in my lane with this laser focus. And what did that teach me? It taught me about holding my frame, taught me about holding my lane, taught me about not letting other people distract me. It taught me about not giving a fuck about what people thought of me or what they might think of me or how they were talking about me or whatever, right? Imagine you're holding the camera there, waiting for the red light to turn green, and all the pedestrians around you, they're watching you, they're hearing what you're saying, and you just keep talking off the top of your head, just keep talking about whatever, and you let it come out. You feel the little pangs of anxiety. You feel like your eyes darting left and right because you're looking at the reactions of other people around you, because you're pinging for their reaction to feel good, all right? It's like, oh, are they judging me? No. As soon as you start feeling the bodily physiological reactions, reacting to the environment, I just lock back in and I start looking at the camera and I lock in and I keep talking as I walk down the street. And I did that for, I don't know, maybe a year. I can't remember, to be honest, but I did that every single day. And that's how I also got over the fear of judgment, right? Like, I stopped giving a fuck, and I would do this, and it got me to really tap into what it feels like when you get into this flow state of like your mind is absolutely connected to your body and you are in control. This is you absolutely in control of yourself, in your energy, in your frame, in the way that you feel, and not caring what other people thought, and really believing in yourself, believing in what you have to say, believing in your own thoughts, and believing in your own emotions, and allowing them to be in your body and to tap into that, just opening the gates and letting it all come out. And that was the big lesson from this exercise. I kept inventing these new exercises as I just learn new things, and there would always be a new challenge. There's always another challenge that I can push myself into to get out of my comfort zone and learn something new. So that's what I kept doing, just stacking wins after wins after wins, getting that momentum every single day and showing up to do what you're supposed to do. And every year, every day, every week, every month, every year, I felt myself get more confident. I became more authentic. I connected more into my genuine self, not some mask I'm putting on. This is me. This is what I actually think about things. This is actually how I feel about that topic or whatever. This is my actual opinion, not just taking what everybody thinks is right or wrong. Oh, you can't say that. Oh, you can't say this, that, and the other thing. No, I think this, therefore I'm gonna say it. This is what I actually think. I'm not here to please anybody. I'm not here to fucking hold the party line. This is who I am. And it's shocking when you actually go deep into yourself and discover who you truly are, then what actually matters to you. It might be shocking because you might be putting on so many layers of masks and personalities and characters to fit into different tribes and groups and communities, right? With your job, with your family, with your circle of friends or whatever, okay? Because everybody wants community. Everybody wants to belong somewhere. And if you haven't done the homework of really understanding what is it that you want, who you truly are, then you might get confused when you're putting on all these masks just to fit in, because you want to fit in, you want to belong somewhere. It's better to feel like you belong somewhere than be alone, feeling lonely, because you don't agree with some of what other people are saying. You don't agree with the thoughts and the beliefs that certain people have, but you put on this face because you rather belong than feel alone, okay? Most people are living this way. And when you take off this mask, it's surprising what actually matters. You might be suppressing a lot of anger, right? And when you start tapping into yourself, really becoming authentic, you might find yourself being really angry all the time. Like, oh God, it's weird. I'm so angry all the time now. What's up? Like, this can't be a good thing. I don't want to be an angry guy. But that's actually you being authentic. When you're actually allowing your emotions to come out, you might find that you don't agree with most things happening around you. That's why you're angry. It's not because there's something wrong with you. It's because when you are actually being real, maybe you don't agree with things happening around you. Maybe genuinely speaking, authentically speaking, you are actually not okay. This isn't okay. So when you start getting this emotion coming up, right? Like, this is actually you. This is you. And there's nothing inherently wrong with anger, sadness, okay? Jealousy, happiness, joy. Like, emotions are simply the guidelines, right? It's guiding you towards where you have to go, okay? This is literally your spiritual, your physiological, and your intellectual mind. It is all helping you to guide you towards what is it that you want, and the emotions guide you there, right? If you're angry, there's a reason that you're angry. There isn't something wrong with you, and you're telling yourself this isn't okay. Or actually, it might even be that you are angry at yourself because you're putting yourself in situations that you would rather not be there for. Like, why am I here? I don't agree with this. Why do I keep subjecting myself to the same circumstance, same realities where I don't feel good? And you might start getting angry. That is just simply a sign that you need to do something about that. You need to change. You need to try something new instead of suppressing it and pretending like everything's okay. You know, maybe it's a job. You know, as long as I get that check, as long as I get the weekends, as long as I get to watch the game and drink some beers and just watch Netflix, and that's my life. You know, as long as I can just distract myself enough to disguise the pain, disguise the emotions, to feel like it's good enough. I got my house, I got my car, and now I'm just gonna pay that off. But as long as I get that money and I got that safety and the comfort, I'll be just fine, right? Look, most people are gonna live this way, and I'm not even gonna tell you not to do that, because I feel like, look, everyone, it's a free world. You can do it however you want. Now, I'm speaking from my own experience and from my own standards, and not everybody's gonna resonate with that. But for those who do, that emotion, that real emotion that you're feeling is a sign, and you have to take action. You have to listen to that, right? And it goes on. This keeps going. Now I'm taking the camera, and now I'm making these channels. Now I'm going out in the street and starting to talk to strangers, putting on that extra layer of confidence, right? And taking the authentic communication, not just through me and the camera, but now I want to interact with the world. How can I be this self in context with the world around me? That is the next challenge, right? So that's what I did. I did the 365 days of gratitude, which was essentially me every single day for a whole year, talking to people on the street and asking this simple question: what are you grateful for? What makes you feel grateful in life? And I would ask that to people on the street or wherever, like people that I met in my life. And that's how I became more confident and more authentic, and learning all kinds of lessons, like how do I get consent to film people? How do I break the ice with a stranger that I just met? How do I get their attention on the street without creeping them out or freaking them out or scaring them away? Okay, how can I keep up a conversation? How do I get compliance with these people that I just met? How do I make them feel comfortable? How do I get them to be excited about being part of something? How do I bring that energy? How can I lead them towards creating something together that we can both feel good about? Okay, it's not about getting the video, it's about the interaction. It's about the moment, the experience that I create with another human being. And that's what I got from this, right? This leadership, this ability to create an experience, the ability to lead somebody that I just met and get them to feel like they are in good hands. That right there was the biggest lesson. You are in good hands, and that's what I want people to feel. That's the way that I want them to feel, so that we can go and create something together and we can actually both enjoy it. And when they leave the interaction, they feel like, oh, my day just got a little bit better, because I came along and I asked them this crazy question, and I wanted to make a video with them, and I would post it on my Instagram, right? Simply just to keep track of this progress and to be accountable every single day to upload this content. And that also got me into daily content producing. Well, I mean, I guess I did that with the vlogs too, but anyways, just consistency, showing up, and another layer, adding another layer of confidence and authentic communication, right? Now I'm able to approach people on the street. Now I'm able to spark up conversations, and now I'm able to lead them into this experience. Huge. This coming from a guy who literally would shake talking to a cashier, like nervous about shopping and talking to the cashier, just feeling anxious all the time, feeling super anxious, not knowing how to be myself, just absolutely dissociated from my body, just not connected to myself. I can't even grasp the thoughts I'm having, like just complete disaster. Complete disaster. And working up from that to now I'm talking to strangers on the street and having an experience, like it's just absolutely mind-boggling how I was able to go from that to that, simply by starting to talk on the camera, using this as the tool to begin the process. Baby steps, one brick at a time, to challenge myself, to push myself further and get out of my shell and really become empowered, okay? Also learning self-compassion and ultimately embracing freedom. That's what this is all about, okay? Self-empowerment, compassion, and freedom. That's what this is all about. And this is what this channel is all about. And I'm super passionate about this because this is literally like my life work. It's all of my life, literally from the point that I was born until today. I feel like this is what this whole life has been all about, okay? Just simply for the fact that I was dealt the hand that I was dealt, and I had to go through this journey, and I'm still going on this journey. I am still going further. I am still pushing myself, and I am completely obsessed about it. I'm completely obsessed about it. This is why I talk about it with this intensity and passion, because I want to share that with you. Because if I could tell myself, if I could tell my younger self what I know now, it would have helped me so much. And just to be able to be like, tell my younger self, being like, yo, it's gonna be okay. There is a way forward. Just having somebody tell me that would have been such a big deal, because at the time I felt like nobody gave a shit. Nobody cared, nobody could understand me, and I didn't know how to speak up either. I didn't know what I was going through. I thought I was absolutely broken and lost. And if I had this type of advice, if I had just somebody tell me there is a way, and I'm the future you, and I'm telling you there is a way, and here is how, okay? So vlogging has completely changed my life. It saved my life. This is a process. This is a journey. This is like a way of life, okay? It's just a tool, okay, that you have to use correctly so that you get the most out of it, okay? This in combination with writing, journaling, it is the most basic self-developmental process you could have in your lifestyle, in your habits, is journaling. You should journal. You should self-reflect. You need time to self-reflect. Block away time to do that. This is basics, but on top of that, you can add vlogging. This is powerful. You're now using another mode of communication. You are using your voice. You are now bringing this new element into communication and all the elements that make up good communication, right? Like eye contact and being able to keep track of your train of thought. The energy that you bring, all of these little parts that make up the whole, you become more aware of it because now you are practicing it actively as you vlog, right? This is powerful. Imagine you do this every single day and it's not even a big deal. It's not a big deal. You wake up, you do it, boom. You're walking down the street, you have a thought, boom, you do it. When you're out in the public, maybe you're gonna start talking to people, maybe you're gonna start doing interviews, maybe you're gonna start doing content, vlogs, whatever. There's so much potential that you could get out of this. There's no negative, there's no downside really. It's literally just all upsides. As long as you can show up and as long as you put in the work. It is work. It's not something that happens overnight. It's something that you dedicate yourself to and devote to. And over time, as you stack those wins, you're gonna start to see results. And that's what I want for you. And if I can do it, you can do it, okay? That's how I went from zero confidence to where I am at now. Confident, connected to myself, having a voice, and I believe in myself. I believe that I have a story. I believe that I can help people. I believe that I'm here to empower people, to teach compassion, to teach people to be free, to liberate themselves, to live the most full life that they can actually live. Finding that peace within, spiritually aligned, and living with purpose. That's what I want for you, and that's what I'm on the pursuit for myself as well. As long as I live, I am on this journey. And if you can join me, I would cherish that. I want more people like you in my community. I want more people like you to be around me. I want good people around me. So important to have good people for the positivity and the influence every day, being around good people. And I want that for myself, and I want that for you. So join me in my community, Authentic Self Mastery. On WAP, you can go find a link and you can join right away. Very easy. And join the others who have already joined on this journey to become incredible, to master your authentic self, to be able to express yourself, to be free, to be self-empowered, to be compassionate, and embrace freedom. I'll see you in there.